Yo, they asking who the king is, like we ain't no witnesses. I'll school them on a game like Sega. Nah, man, just Genesis. Yeah, Genesis. The beginning where it all began, where the boss spoke a word and made it all before the fall of man. See, man, we need to read. How they not know he said, let there be light, and it was so in Genesis 1 and 3. See, they think they kings are rapping because they got wordplay. He spoke it, it happened, evening and morning was the first day. Now for the sky and sea, the earth and trees, he told all of that to happen, and it did on days 2 and 3. And then he said to be fruitful and multiply. Day 4 he made the seasons and threw all the stars up in the sky. Why? Why you asking? He did it because he could. Man, he threw it all together. Then he said that it was good. Well, what did he say that for? He a boss. Get on his team. He go by names like El Shaddai and Elohim. So, who the king is? I'll show you who the king is. The creator of heaven and earth. That's who the king is. That's a boss. You ain't no king, kid. I'll show you who the king is. Creator of heaven and earth. That's who the king is. Listen. On day 5, he decorated the sea and sky with fish and birds before he said, be fruitful and multiply. Day 6, he knew it was time to prepare the land with animals for the creation of man. Then he made the man, Adam. That's what he called him because he came from dirt, breathed life in his body, gave him a job, and then made him work. Listen, Grandpa Adam was the first slave. God put him to sleep, put out his rib, and that's how Eve was made. What I'm alive for? Men call they wife they rib. Children, marriage before sex, and then you can start having kids. See, they keep laughing and they think that it's a game, preaching garbage to these kids just so they can praise their name. They want to be some real kings? Let me see them make a day, and then bless it because it's good, and rest on the 7th. Hey. They know they can't. So what they call themselves a god for? My pops made the tree, they get their dollars off. They ain't no boss. Who the king is? I'll show them who the king is. The creator of heaven and earth, that's who the king is. That's a boss. You ain't no king, kid. I'll show you who the king is. Creator of heaven and earth, that's who the king is. That's a boss. Who the king is? I'll show you who the king is. Creator of heaven and earth, that's who the king is. That's a boss. You ain't no king, kid. I'll show you who the king is. Creator of heaven and earth. Listen. Now, this way it get complicated. Reasons why we die. Peep it, Genesis chapter 3, verses 3 through 5. See, the serpent was slick, trying to trick the weaker people. Told Eve that she'll be like God, she eat from the tree of good and evil. She was deceived by a lie. Gave to Adam and he was bribed. Disobedience opened their eyes. They grabbed leaves and they tried to hide. That's when God, he screamed out, why? Adam blamed it on his wife. Now he was sentenced to die. Painfully, she conceives life. See, they knew that he was God, but disobeyed who they served. Saw everything he made, but still went by some things they heard. They want to be some kings? Let me see them speak a word and create heaven or earth, fish in the sea or a bird. Heavy caking, but you won't, and you won't because you can't. He made the chrome and the rims and the candy in your paint. So you a king. All the noise you talking about, well, you ain't no king or nothing because you can't seem to show me how. You ain't no boss.